Hi, I'm Brian. I'm at Rudy Luther Toyota in Golden Valley, Minnesota, and today I'd like to show you the brand new 2020 Toyota Corolla. This is a big deal. It's like the 7th generation of the Corolla. It's the best-selling nameplate in the world. And they really made some great improvements. In fact, the only thing it shares in common with the 2019 model is the wheelbase. Every other measurement is just a bit different. So definitely worth a closer look that way. But here's the highlight reel. Toyota Safety Sense. This is the 2.0 level. It's going to give you all the usual suspects here. That means it's going to have like automatic high beams, pre-collision system, dynamic radar cruise control, the stuff you're kind of used to that, everybody's got that now, right? Toyota's got it on all of their levels because safety should not be optional. Not only that, but it's got, this is the 2.0 now, folks. This is the next gen. That means you're going to get extra stuff like low light pedestrian detection. Can even check out pedestrians on bicycle. It can recognize that. It can lane centering, of course, it has that as well. Road signs, it can even read some of them and show you what's going on, like how fast the speed limit is on the MID center screen. We'll talk about more of that in just a little bit. You notice right up here the blue badge. This one is a hybrid. Corolla comes in 3 basic levels of engines underneath the hood. Hybrid's, of course, one of them. It's got, well, and a short story is, it's a Prius under the hood. It is. It's got all of that stuff. Tried, true, proven, and awesome, by the way. This one has 52 miles per gallon average. Overall, the single best fuel economy in a sedan that Toyota has to offer. 52 really is awesome. Beyond that, you've got a 1.8 liter motor, puts out just about 140 horsepower, and that's the standard motor for the Corolla. You'll find that in the LE. That pairs to a CVT. Next level up from that brings you to the 2.0 liter motor. We're very happy with that, and that has its own separate transmission it's paired to as well. Talking more about that, 2.0 gets you better fuel economy than the 1.8. Better power, 169 horsepower, almost 170. And then that transmission, this thing is awesome. It comes with, it's a CVT, right? But it also has a first gear. That means you don't have that vagueness when you're taking off. You're gone. It's first gear, folks. And then from there, it ties you right into the CVT from there, so you get that efficiency that goes with it. We're going back to this car right here. We're moving right along. We should go up to the passenger side. You'll notice in here on the inside, some nice contrast, high quality materials, nice soft touch materials. Here, 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 anywhere that you're likely to touch. You'll notice that there is some piano black, high gloss stuff in areas you're less likely to touch, so hence not spear, right? And then the contrast there really is nice looking. Back seat's got all the basic stuff. Nice, roomy, decent headroom, and the seats do fold down. So we'll slide that right down, and you notice it does fold down so that the extra long items you just bought at Home Depot has a really good chance of fitting right here, right now. We're gonna move around to the back of the car. The headlights, or the taillights rather, right back here, it has a real nice look. The tie-in bar right back there is great. The hybrid, of course, badging is with the blue right here. The taillights are LED, first of all. That's a nice upgrade, and it really kind of enhances and makes the car look wider. Well, the other part of that is that it actually is wider. The 2020 Corolla is quite a bit wider than the 2019 Corolla. That leads to better handling and, of course, better ride, better control, stability, and it looks fantastic. Right inside the trunk, it's about 13 cubic feet in there. Fairly average size, to be honest. It's not small, it's not big in its class. It's right there, covers the basics. As you move right along the back, now this is the Corolla Hybrid, It does have a 15-inch wheel. It does have the wheel cover right there. It's important to cover that alloy wheel that's underneath. Okay, I'm just kidding about that, but it does add to the fuel efficiency. Of course, to get 52 miles per gallon, you need every trick you can come up with to make that happen. Let's move right inside and get to the good stuff. And now we're in the inside of the 2020 Corolla with some really exciting new features. Excited to show them off to you. Let's get started. Pretty basic up front here. Dome lights and so forth up front. Safety Connect, new for Corolla. 2019 didn't have that, you couldn't get it. Safety Connect is going to offer some safety features like if you crash, they can contact you and say, hey, are you okay? I think that's a good thing to have. Down here, you've got the big screen, comes in either 7 or 8 inches. Why? Because look at your TV. Big screens are better than small screens. You don't want a small screen. Come get a Corolla, it's got a big screen. Home button menu, there's a whole bunch of different features. This has even got, of course, because it's a hybrid, a whole bunch of features regarding fuel economy and so forth. You're gonna love that. Yes, it does still have, even with this high technology, your basic buttons and dials like your power, your volume, your tune, and your scroll, like every stereo you've ever had, but there's some comfort in that simplicity. And, well, they made it look good too. Down below, you've got an auto climate control. Kind of a nice feature on the more of a basic car. Dial right into the temperature that you want. Of course, the push button down below here. Nice, easy. Again, a simple layout. Fan control speeds right over here. Down here, you'll find that you've got the basic hybrid drive modes. Now, I say basic only because the Prius has been using this for quite some time. If you're familiar with that, you'll be immediately familiar with this. If you're not familiar with that, well, take some time to get used to it and to understand what these things are, because they are pretty cool. Down here, you've got the full parking brake. It's an electronic parking brake with brake hold. Really handy in a drive-through, I might add. Keeps you from drifting forward. It locks onto that brake even while you're in drive so that you don't move forward until you actually put your foot on the gas. It's a handy thing in traffic too. As we move forward and up here, this is where the real business is. Some really cool stuff. The instrumentation, by the way, in full color LCD. That's a great deal. Optically, visually, it's a really nice presentation. Beyond that, the technology is very nice. Like, for instance, it tells me that the speed limit of the frontage road right out front that we just pulled off of was 35 miles an hour. Even if I choose to not drive that, it's good to know where I'm at. I think you know what I'm saying. Up here on the steering wheel, you have a bunch of controls. Dynamic radar cruise control. Yes, that is full range, full speed, all the way down to 0. Lane keep assist, lane centering, by the way. This has the centering feature, so it can follow the car in front of you, by the way. You could even take your hands off the wheel a little bit, and it may follow the car in front of you around the curve. It has that ability. It's very cool. Cruise control buttons are all right here on the wheel. That's pretty standard across the industry. Toyota's always in the past had the stock right down here. This is a small departure from that, but it does keep things nice and simple from working your thumbs. Mode control is, of course, AM, FM, Bluetooth inputs for your stereo. Of course, this, your forward and back, that's important to skip songs if you choose, going from one to the next. Moving to the left side of the screen, or of the steering wheel, you've got your talk switch, volume up and down, and of course the dial that controls your center driver information screen. Back button, phone button. Of course, you need to have that for your Bluetooth full capability that it's got for taking phone calls. Keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. And of course, your auto high beams. It has that standard too. It gets dark outside, they just come on. Handy features to have. The Corolla is wider, it is lower, it is more dynamic. They brought the fun back to the Corolla, and we're excited to show it to you in person is always best. Let us know when you'd like to stop by. Again, this is Brian. I'm at Rudy Luther Toyota. We're at 8805 Wayzata Boulevard in Golden Valley, Minnesota. Our phone number is 763-222-2020. Thanks for watching.